Hi guys, this is Dee Dee who's living on High Vibe YouTube channel. I'm here to help you raise your vibration, and today's topic is the review of Dr. Joe Dispenza's walking meditation. I definitely want to review this meditation because it has had literally life-changing, amazing impact in my life, and I wish it on everyone else. So I want to make more people be aware of this meditation. I'm going to put down the link in the description box or in the comments. There is no affiliate, I don't get anything out of it. I just want to share it, and that's it. And secondly, I kind of felt this inspiration because I just finished doing it. So I was not aware that you could do meditation while you're walking, or how to meditate with eyes open. And then I decided to go to Dr. Joe Dispenza's workshop. That was in Mexico City a couple of years ago, or over 2 years ago at this point, and he introduced it basically to public, and I was like, okay, let me just get started with it. And when I got back to Costa Rica, where I lived at the time, I was living in the jungle next to a beach. So I would do this meditation on the beach, and it was really inspiring. So basically, when you do it, you gotta go into nature. At least when you start off, that is his official recommendation. I personally think it's amazing and always better to go into nature for this. I live in a area, I live in New York City. So I cannot imagine myself going to Times Square and turning on this meditation and trying to connect to nature. There's no nature. There's just a bustle of, big city. And maybe you can do it in suburbs or in small town or walking down the street. But, the main thing is like nobody should interrupt you while you're doing it. So anyways, I recommend, especially when you're starting off, that you go completely into nature where you don't really run into familiar people who might say, hey, how are you, what you doing in the middle of your meditation. So take care of that. And then basically what happens is it has two parts. One part is where you close your eyes and stand, and you can also sit if you have a leg problem. Like currently I'm getting over a knee injury, and I either stand or I sit. It depends how I feel. But original recommendation, you stand, and in those moments you close your eyes, and then you basically center yourself through your heart energy center, aka the heart chakra, or the fourth energy center. So that is where your focus is, and you basically feel yourself being centered around this energy center. And what's good about it, it's really grounding, and it also brings you on the inside of your own world, and also gives you a lot of imaginary, it basically gives you a lot of imagination, gives you a kind of escape. It's very powerful, especially if you're doing a place like, here I can hear birds, I can hear the ocean, I can feel the wind, I can feel the sun, and it's amazing, And with that, you get really centered, and during this phase where you have your eyes closed and you stand, then you also feel very positive emotions that help you manifest, such as gratitude. You go through that, and then you also do affirmations at the end, and it's like, I'm usually in such a state I don't even count. I think it's like between 5 and 8. I'm not sure how many, but it's enough for you to express yourself, who you are. For example, I am creative, or I am focused, or I am an energy vortex, I am abundant, and all that stuff. And then you really feel it, and you have enough time to feel it out. And so eventually when these phases finishes, it's kind of like, you get into this different music, which is more upbeat, type of, spiritual music. It's actually really good music by Ben Leinbach, I think you pronounce his name. He's a basically yoga music producer and has he's an award-winning musician. I need to look more into that, but that's like the basic thing. He's one of the best out there. So it's not like really kooky or spooky or some just somebody playing on musical instruments, Tibetan musical instruments. Not sure that it's bad, but for many people you want to have like some sort of beat. So he has a very nice taste for this type of music. So Dispenza uses his music quite a lot, I notice, in his meditations. So anyways, when that second type of music comes, then you are supposed to open your eyes and focus yourself into the nature. In my case, I always do this meditation at oceanside, so I stare basically into the horizon. And that's what you're supposed to do. I suppose if you are doing it in the middle of woods, on a camping place or mountains, you just look wherever you just look far. And then you will learn how to go in trance while you're basically staring in this one point. And then after that, you have to open the focus. So that is like feeling the energy around you, your own energy field, and then feeling the energy field of the entire world, of nature, of the surroundings. And that is really powerful thing. And that kind of like, it kicks your brain into this very weird gear where you become automatically creative. I've seen kind of like, how they say you see something with spiritual eyes, what's gonna happen, or what you imagine, what is some sort of a dream or goal or product or service or whatever. You kind of see the situation with your spiritual eyes, so to speak. So on more than one instance, actually almost every time I do this meditation, something like this, like I have this flash of a different dimension flashing before my spiritual eyes, and I don't see physically anything, but it's just like this internal comprehension and moment of enlightenment where I download a bunch of information from the ether, from the field, from the universe, from the source, right? And then it puts you in a very high emotional level, and then at that point you are supposed to start walking. And so in this walking part, it's altogether I think three walking parts, and in the walking parts you walk as a person that you imagine you are in the future, as a healthy person, as a person with great relationships, as a person with abundance, as a person who is creative, as a person who is whatever you desire, who is imaginative, who is disciplined, focused, all these things, right? So you walk in that energy, and you basically walk away from your past and you walk into the future, and you come to the point you have to, and you automatically actually come to the point where it happens really automatically, where you feel and know that you are that person, and you go and you imagine. Well, he also prompts, because it's a guided meditation, right? He says like, imagine these things. What do you have in your life, right? What experiences have you created? How does it feel? I really love it when we integrate the, hey, it feels wonderful to be abundant, or it feels wonderful to have a great relationship. It feels wonderful to be financially secure, etc., because it immediately triggers something in the, emotional realm where you literally feel it. And when you feel it, then you become it, because that is the component of manifestation that basically puts it on a exponential fast track, so to speak. So yeah, and basically once you finish the meditation, it's just like, wow, man. It's like, what? It was like 120 or 115. I'm not sure. It's like 115, 120. I know that I look at the clock and I'm like, wow. And then it's very weird. Then you when you wanna keep being in this, you know, in this energy and extend this energy. And when you're away from the beach or wherever you do the meditation, you wanna think about how it felt. Yeah, and it changes you in that moment, and it changes every time you remember these experiences. So yeah, you know, also wanted to add that when you have the walking part, you are prompted to accept whatever comes to your heart as what you already have. And sometimes I'm like, I don't calm down. I'm like, oh, I'm going to work on this to manifest these things super particularly. And I'm like, I know very well what I want, but I kind of go with the flow. And then every time it's something different, and those things feel like they're mine when they flash before me from the, you know, from the ether when I download them and basically quote unquote see, not physically see, not hear anything. It's not, you know, it's just like this internal spiritual you know, vision that you receive for certain things, and you know it's yours, and you know it's yours, and you know it's yours. Basically, that's how it goes. So yeah, that is my review of walking meditation. By the way, the one I have is walking meditation 1. When I got it, then it was the only one he had. Now he has a second one. I've not bought that one, but I highly recommend buying it, and I emphasize buying because I'm not a big fan of like downloading illegally. It's just not how the energetically the whole thing works. You know, people put a lot of passion and energy and love and all this stuff. You just don't want to go and download just, man, it's like $15. Fine, you know, 15. I mean, seriously. I don't know, maybe you can stream on iTunes and you already have subscription. I don't do any subscription for music. Yeah. So yeah, that's about all. That's what I wanted to tell you. I say go and do it and leave me a comment. Are you doing one of these meditations, walking meditations, and share your experiences. Also, if you're not subscribed, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and click that bell notification button, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!